I am like a poor reed in this damp prison. No one has ever found joy in this damp and frightening prison. I confide my pain and suffering to the mountain, for no one answers me here except the echo within this mountain. The section we are about to see is one of the largest caves carved into the heart of this mountain. I wail from the depths of my heart, like a reed in this damp prison. My lofty resolve has been humbled by this lofty place. The air of this prison brings me the urge to weep. What else could it bring but lament and bitter crying? These are the ancient caves of Nay Qalah, also known as Hisr-e-Nay. Bala Hisr-e-Nay Qalah, or Hisr-e-Nay, is one of the historical sites of Afghanistan, located in Ghazni province, Karabagh district. Nay Qalah may be a familiar name to many lovers of literature and historians, because this name appears repeatedly in the poems of Masʿud Saʿd Salman, the ancient and renowned Persian poet, and it is considered one of the most famous historical places of the Ghaznavid era. It is said that during the Ghaznavid period, this prison had strong and solid walls, making it impossible for any outsider to penetrate it. This fortress was used to hold political prisoners and also served as a storehouse for military assets and royal tributes of the Ghaznavid kings. Based on the present geographical structure of Ghazni province, this fortress is located in Karabagh district, on the southern slopes of Gulko, and today it is known as Nay Qalah. The half-ruined walls of this stronghold are still visible in this area. These caves were used as prisons during the Ghaznavid era, and many poets and political opponents who were at odds with the Ghaznavid court were imprisoned in this very fortress. One of these great figures was Masʿud Saʿd Salman, the famous poet of the Ghaznavids, who lived during the reign of Sultan Ibrahim Ghaznavi and his son Mas'ud. He spent nearly 3 years of his life in this prison. It was during this period that he composed his renowned prison poems, Habsiyat, works that are considered among the most brilliant examples of prison poetry in Persian literature. The poetry of Masʿud Saʿd Salman testifies that he composed most of his verses with pain, regret, bitterness, and deep sorrow in this very prison. One of his famous qasidas attributed to him begins with these lines: I am like a poor reed in this damp prison. No one has ever found joy in this damp and frightening prison. I confide my pain and suffering to the mountain, for no one answers me here except the echo within this mountain. This poem clearly refers to this very prison of Nay Qalah. Masʿud Saʿd Salman, one of the renowned Qasida poets of the mid-5th century AH, was imprisoned for 7 years in the fortresses of Dehak and Su, and for 3 years in Nay Qalah. His poems are deeply imbued with the pain and suffering of the years of imprisonment in Nay Qalah. As he says elsewhere, I am more lamenting than the reed in this fortress. I have become a companion of the moon from the bitterness of this place. I have neither the temperament for poetry nor the strength in my hands and feet. O King of the world, have mercy on me for God's sake. In some writings, Nay Qalah has been attributed the Ghaznavid era, and it has been said that it was carved during that time. However, this assumption is incorrect. The history of the caves of Nay Qalah is far older than the Ghaznavid period, and in all likelihood they were carved at the same time as the caves of the Buddhas of Bamiyan. Because their construction and carving styles are similar, it is highly probable that they were initially used as residential dwellings and military bases, and later during the Ghaznavid era, they were renovated and used as prisons. Many parts of this limestone mountain have collapsed over the years, and as a result, many corridors that once connected one cave to another have disappeared. Within this great mountain, dozens of small and large caves have been carved, and the marks of pickaxes and other tools are still visible on their walls. In most of these caves, holes can be seen that were used to fasten hooks or ropes for chaining prisoners, maintaining fire, or storing tools and animals. Some of these caves are very large, and signs of smoke damage can be seen in them. In one of the large caves, a corridor has been carved into the rock, leading to a small chamber resembling a bathhouse or hammam. The corridor we are walking through is heavily damaged and ends in a large chamber. From the end of this chamber, a tunnel has been carved into the heart of the mountain, leading to a place resembling a bath. The historical and ancient caves of Nay Qalah are among the most ancient and historically significant caves in Ghazni province. Dear viewers, today we present to you the ancient caves of Hizar-e-Nayi, which were carved in ancient times and are among the wonders of our region. The corridors and tunnels are very remarkable, and the traces of carving are clearly visible. We are entering inside, and the section we are moving through is one of the largest caves carved into the heart of this great mountain. In some of them, carved niches can be seen, and in others, simple crescent-shaped designs are visible. On top of the fortress, carvings for watchtowers and a small reservoir for storing water for the soldiers were constructed. Many parts of this mountain have collapsed over the years due to snow, rain, and erosion. Caves that are now inaccessible were once connected by stairways carved into the mountain, which have since collapsed. A photograph from the year 1352, 1973 to 1974, shows that at that time, these caves were more or less intact, and some villagers lived in them or built houses around them. However, over time, due to the fear of the mountain collapsing, the people were forced to leave the area. In one of the caves, a horizontal water well has been carved, with internal steps leading down to the water, extending about 20 meters or more into the rock. In the past, this was the water source for the people and the soldiers, so that they would not be seen outside when fetching water, especially during times of war or emergency. It is said that in the past, the lands in front of these caves were covered with reeds and greenery, and for this reason it was named Nay Qalah, Reed Fortress. Around these caves there were many fortresses and watchtowers, of which only a few remain today. Among them, about 1 kilometer to the west of these caves, stone watchtowers can still be seen, though people have taken their stones to build houses, leaving the towers destroyed. One of these caves is carved as a single isolated cave in a corner of this mountain, with an extremely difficult entrance and exit, and it was likely used as a solitary confinement cell. Oh, poor Reed, my heart grew heavy from your melodies. From your sorrowful laments and your voice, my heart grew heavy. When I heard your story and learned of this tale, I wept greatly, and my heart grew heavy from this story.